It's a fact. The more you listen, the smarter you'll get.
This is the Jared Goodell Show.
8:16, good morning to you. Jared Goodell alongside, waking you up, getting you off to work. Friday, leading into Labor Day. Traffic out there already is zoo. Wait till tonight. Wait till this afternoon. I think it's bad now. At least gas prices are cheap, right? So when you're sitting in traffic getting 0 MPG, at least you're not paying $3 a gallon. And paying what, like $2.50 now, $2.40? What's gas prices these days? New report out yesterday. You'll love this one. I'm going to give you the phone number now. There you have it. 844-94-JARED, 844-945-2733. So you can get your anger out on the air this morning. A new report out yesterday says roughly half of immigrant households in the United States receive at least one form of welfare, with that number rising to 73% for immigrant households from Central America and Mexico. There you go. So immigrants using welfare, the welfare system, a very large percent of them using the welfare system. But when you just single out people from Mexico and Central America, immigrants from there, they're using 73% of them using the welfare system in this country. Let's open the doors. Bring more of them in. We've got more vouchers. We can print up more EBT cards. No problem. Come on in. Cross the border. Let's go. Come on, folks. File in. Line up. Let's go. Come on. Don't worry. We've got room for all of you. You all get in. No problem. And don't worry. What do you need? We've got SNAP cards, EBT cards. What do you need? Cash, free housing vouchers. What do you need? Let us know. We'll get it to you. Very accommodating here at the United States of America. Yes, we are. The report released by the Center for Immigration Studies says immigrant households use welfare at much higher rates than the American-born population. Go figure. The study used Census Bureau's survey of income and program participation data. In 2012, 51% of households headed by an illegal or legal immigrant, so just immigrants, legal and illegal, reported that they used at least one welfare program during the year, compared to 30% of native households. So at 5 in 10 immigrant households use welfare, compared to 3 in 10 native-born households. The report found starkly different welfare rates among different groups. Pay close attention. 73% of immigrant households from Central America and Mexico, and 51% of households from the Caribbean receive welfare. Meanwhile, only 26% of immigrant households from Europe and 17% from South Asia receive welfare in that period, 2012. Yes, you heard me right. The types of welfare examined in the study include Medicaid as well as cash, food, and housing programs. The report, by the way, received some criticism from USA Today. Stephen Camarada wrote, "This should not be understood as some kind of defect or moral failing on the part of immigrants." No, it's okay that you don't want to pay for anything. It's okay you don't want to work. It's okay that you want to come to the country illegally. There's no moral failing on your part, you illegal, freeloading immigrant. Rather, what it represents, he writes, is a system that allows a lot of less educated immigrants to settle in the country, who then earn modest wages and are eligible for a very generous welfare system. What is this guy saying? It's our fault for allowing a lot of less educated immigrants to settle in this country. No, we don't want them to come to this country. We want the smartest immigrants to come to this country, but we don't want these hacks coming across the border who have been growing up in mud huts their whole life, never learned how to speak Spanish or American or English. They never learned to speak anything. They're just running across the border because they know they'll have an easier life here. They can get out of their mud hut and come get a housing voucher in America. Live in a nice third floor apartment. Get their EBT card, their SNAP card. We can sit on the couch, watch TV all day. We'll watch Telemundo all day, eat ramen noodles, And we don't have to work. I mean, look at this. Look at this cool card they gave me. It's like 3.5 inches long. It's plastic. And I just go, they have this machine here in America. I go and I put the card in. I put in 4 numbers. And then, boop, out comes free money. How cool is that? But it's our fault for allowing these people, according to USA Today, it's our fault for allowing a lot of less educated immigrants to settle in the country. We don't want them to settle in the country. We don't want them here in the first place. We only want the smartest of people, which is why our immigration system should include a test at the door that tests your IQ, tests your ability to function productively in American society. And if you can't, you don't come across the border. We don't have an obligation to accept anybody. We don't have an obligation to grant anybody citizenship. We do it because it's going to benefit us as a country. The report, by the way, also found that of immigrant households, 24% are headed by someone without a high school diploma, compared to 8% of native-born households. So about a quarter of immigrant households, the head of household doesn't have a person who has a high school diploma. They don't even have a high school diploma. And we wonder why they have to use the welfare system in this country for their free ride. Yep, got my EBT card right here, and my, my SNAP card that gets me my food. I've got my housing voucher. Yep, I got it all. Welcome to America. Now, doesn't this just make your blood boil? Meanwhile, you're struggling to pay your mortgage. You're struggling to pay your rent. You're trying to figure out, well, all you have is the option to eat ramen noodles. Meanwhile, these illegal immigrants, they love their ramen noodles, but you and I have no choice but to eat ramen noodles because we have to make a choice between, heating the house in the winter and eating. Meanwhile, these people coming across the border with absolutely no education, sucking off the American teat nonstop. It's like a baby who just won't stop breastfeeding. It's like a 6-year-old. Those 6-year-olds you still see breastfeeding. It's like enough is enough. At some point, it just becomes disgusting. A new study by the Government Accountability Office this week found 82 federal social welfare programs and tax expenditures, like the Earned Income Tax Credit, totaling cost to American taxpayers of $742 billion in fiscal year 2013. You angry? I am. This ticks me off. Because I would like to not have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come play here, spend my mornings with you. I love doing it, but I would like to not have to do it. If I could just sit at home on the couch and watch TV all day, I could, watch Family Guy all day, maybe some Law & Order SVU episodes. If I could do that and still live a great life, I would do it in a heartbeat. 844-94-JARED, the number to call, 844-945-2733. Free ride for everybody. We're not gonna build a wall. No need to. Just come across anytime you want. We're working on printing as many EBT cards as we can. We're continually printing money so that you can have everything you want. We're bankrupting the country on the backs of our taxpayers. We're indebting ourselves to China so that you can live a better life on a country built by immigrants, by the way, who weren't afraid to work, who actually came to this country and wanted to make something better for themselves instead of leeching off the system. And by the way, raping and murdering Americans. The CIS report's Director of Research, Stephen Camarada, said if immigration is supposed to benefit the country, then immigrant welfare use should be lower than native use, right? We're told, well, immigration is good for America. It's good. Okay, well then why is it costing us so much money? He said after 2 decades of welfare reform, which tried to curtail immigrant welfare use, immigrant households are using most programs at higher rates than Americans. Camarada noted that the skill and education level of many current immigrants is contributing to their welfare use, right? They're just stupid people. Stupid people coming across the border. Now, I'm not saying... Wait a minute. I know what's happening here. There's somebody out there going, well, he is just... I can't believe he's saying that Mexicans, Latinos are stupid. No, I'm not at all. I'm saying that people that are coming here are stupid, right? Because they just want a free ride. See, Latinos who are successful stay in Mexico because they can be successful there. But people who are unsuccessful, the leeches on civilization, can't be successful there. They can't leech off the system there as much as they can here, so they come here because they know they can get more. They're dumb people, but they're actually pretty smart when you think about it, because they're like, oh, I could live a better life. I just got to go to America. I can get somebody. I'll get my. Hey, Juanita, we're gonna come with me. We're gonna go to America. We're gonna cross the border. We'll walk across the border. I'll get you pregnant when we're there. And we'll be able to stay. We'll be citizens. We'll have an anchor baby. Juanita, come here. Come with me. It's just happening every day. And people are angry that Donald Trump wants to build a wall? Are you serious? This new report out. You can look it up. The CIS immigration report costing you and I money like crazy. 844-94-JARED, 844-945-2733. Agree? Disagree? I'd love to hear your thoughts. 844-945-2733. A podcast of the whole show, always up at 1370wfea.com. You missed any part? You want to hear it? There it is, 1370wfea.com. Today's show will be up around, 10 o'clock? Studio videos, clips from inside the studio, also up there at 1370wfea.com. Oh my. I just love the USA Today guy telling Americans it's their fault. This report should not be understood as some kind of defect or moral failing on the part of immigrants. Rather, what it represents is a system that allows a lot of less educated immigrants to settle in the country, who then earn modest wages and are eligible for a very generous welfare system. I agree with you on that point. Very generous welfare system. 844-94-JARED. It's not going to get any better, right? It just can't. Meanwhile, we have people trying to flee Syria. We have people trying to flee Iraq, Afghanistan, trying to flee the grip of ISIS and ISIL. And in America, we're just turning a blind eye to that. Oh, we don't have the resources for them people. We can't protect those people. These people whose 10-year-old children are being used as sex slaves for ISIS. We're going to let the Latinos come across the border and leech off of our systems, but we can't help a 10-year-old who's being raped by our enemy? Are you kidding me? 8:30 now, WFEA, good morning.
More Jared after the break.